What's up, folks? Kinda Collecting here, and I like to keep things positive on the channel and in life, so I couldn't just do a worst figures of the year video. It's just not who I am, and it wouldn't be genuine. So I know what the title said, but F it. These are my top 5 most disappointing figures of 2024. And these figures aren't necessarily bad, but for one reason or another, they just didn't live up to my expectations. So let us not stand on ceremony. Let's get into the countdown. The Beast Deity's Narasima is the best Super Saiyan 3 Goku available, which means we got a lot of work to do. Mechanically, everything works on this guy how you'd expect. He's got the same articulation points as the phenomenal demoniacal fit Goku, which has the same articulation points as the SH Figure Arts Dragon Ball Super Gohan. It just all falls apart when you add his head onto his body, and that's a pretty important part of the anatomy. The weight of his heavy hair combined with the flimsy plastic they use for the body made for a frustrating experience. And I know the reasoning behind making his hair so heavy, but I'd much rather prefer a hollowed out sculpt to ease that tension. Because not only do you have to fight to pose him upright, you also have to fight to finesse a stand to hold him in place. So the 5th most disappointing figure of 2024, the Beast Deity's Narasima. I think Hasbro was happy with their take on Cable that may or may not resemble his appearance in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And I was too. But then I started playing with him. Aesthetically, you couldn't ask for a better Cable for your MVC shelf. Dude looks like he was ripped straight out of the arcade cabinet. But the accessories and articulation are a letdown. And not only does Cable not come with any BFGs, his lack of butterfly joints would have prevented him from properly wielding them anyway. Now, I always stress that POAs mean absolutely nothing if the character can't perform his rightful poses, and this is a perfect example of that. Also, why does he have one arm with pins in it? So coming in at number 4 on the list, the Marvel Legends Cable. On paper, the amazing Yamaguchi Rebel Tech Thor should have been a slam dunk. It had all the ingredients to be the best Thor figure to date, better than any Marvel Legends, Figure Arts, or Mafex before it. But a combination of minor issues add up to one big disappointment. His skin tone is slightly off, his faces show that he probably has a really good personality, and above all else, he's too short. All those other factors could have been overlooked had Thor scaled well. Now this might just be personal preference, but you gotta have your godlike characters tower over any mortal. There's no reason why Odin's son should be standing eye to eye with a dude named Clint. So number 3 on the countdown, the amazing Yamaguchi Rebel Tech Thor. Now I said I like to keep things positive around here, but I hate this Marvel Legends Iron Man Model 20. If that is your real model number. And I had so much hope for it too. I mean, just look at him. It's got butterfly joints. But that, along with his head, are the best parts of this figure. My biggest issue with Iron Man is his articulation scheme. Repulsor hands that can't bend backwards, no ab crunch to speak of, and double swivel in the torso and waist drove me wacky. Everything I tried to do with this figure I either couldn't or it was a hassle and a half to pull off. Hands down, this should have been Hasbro's best Iron Man figure to date. Instead, it's number 2 on my most disappointing list. Now let's see what came in at number 1. TURTLE Robbery. Mezco had a banger on their hands when they released their first TMNT figures, but then they decided to pull a Coco Jones and double back, and man, oh man. No. For 400 American doll hairs, I earned myself a set of turtles whose belts wouldn't stay in one place, arms were stiff, and captured absolutely 0 parts of my childhood turtles. Plus, one of the turtles was geeked up. They kept the same bodies of the original release, did a simple repaint, gave us less accessories, and added 12 new heads. Half of them were decent, half of them weren't, and 2 of them were zooted. Mezco played on people's nostalgia along with the FOMO from their original Turtles release, and what I got as a result were my least favorite figures of 2024. The Mezco Animated Edition Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A lot of times what makes something disappointing is the amount of anticipation you have for it to begin with. Now I had a lot of anticipation for the figures on this list, and they all have some very redeeming qualities to them. I just wish they could have captured what I was looking for. But how about y'all? What figure let y'all down the most in 2024? Let me know in the comments down below, and until next time, don't forget to protect your peace, stay young at heart, and remember, we're all kind of collecting something. Peace.